And some of those taking part in this great Indian journey, those who will be surrounding the train, are now making their way into the arena itself.
If you've seen a train here, you'll know that they are many, many carriages. They go on forever.
And long trains, Tinku, mean very long platforms, as we discovered.
Very long platforms, and it's needed. Like I said, there are millions who travel on the trains every single day. In fact, you have to book way in advance to get tickets on some trains and some routes. This is also a very fun segment, and
so as the final preparations are made for this sequence, this great Indian journey, again, just something to underline as we look at the people taking part. It is very much a celebration of various cultures that have developed in India over the centuries. The fact that India successfully blends its multi-ethnic, its multicultural identity. That's what we're celebrating as this great train makes its way in.
And the song that we're hearing, Hugh, is Chaya Chaya. And here we have Hussain Kuwajarwala. And he's a popular TV star, actually, TV soap star. He's now taking part in India's first stage musical, Bollywood, actually. Bollywood's first ever musical on stage, which is taking place just outside of Delhi.
Lots of bangles.
Bangles, yes. Women in India love bangles. Very colorful as well. And this is a very popular song, Chaya Chaya.
So there we have the bangle shop. We caught a quick glimpse there of the bicycle shop to the cycle shop, which of course again is one of the most popular modes of transport.
It's cheap and it's easy and it gets you around.
Do you know what I like about this section we're going to see as well? It puts across just an element of the chaos you find, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. Delhi is an exciting, vibrant place, and the whole nation is, and when you travel around the city, particularly on an evening, this is the kind of atmosphere that you feel, and there's music around, there's people enjoying themselves, there's colour, and it's something that's really hard to convey. And as I said, I use that word chaos in a really nice way, and it's really exciting.
Well, Indians like to think of it as chaotic order.
There's the cycle shop. We've already caught sight of the moving walk. The bangles once again.
Shah Rukh Khan atop probably the biggest Bollywood star there, a cutout of him on the side of the train. In fact, he took part in the film from which this song is taken, and he is on top of a train, dancing and singing.
There we have a wonderful combination of the great expanse of the balloon and probably the most colourful, the most lively display we've seen during this pageant.
And almost every mode of transport represented. I think the little tuk-tuks are down there as well, which are our favourite way of getting around town. I know Hugh was a little bit reticent about getting in them, but I think you finally did.
I got in and I just clung on for dear life. It was fine, I survived.
If it's good enough for James Bond, it's good enough for you.
I think somebody actually fell out of one of those.
Look, that's a nice little car, the ambassador car, with all of the megaphones above it and all of the loudspeakers, and that represents really, again, one of the great icons of Indian politics.
Politicians are now moving on to more modern cars now, BMWs and Audis, but definitely the ambassador is the car that symbolises a lot of India in the past, and especially after independence. And it's a sturdy car. Gets you around the potholes. And now we have the sweetmeats, of course. Indian sweetmeats are traditional, especially if you're going to visit people's homes. You will take sweetmeats along and you're expected to eat them as well.
No real hardship, huh?
Magnificent chandelier.
And you can see the dhobiwalas. Now, the dhobiwalas are the laundry, the men who take your laundry, wash it, iron it, bring it back home to you.
There's a knife sharpener in there too somewhere, and a bricklayer.
It's amazing, actually. You'll see bricklayers with piles of bricks on their heads at certain construction sites. Absolutely amazing the way they work.
And a quick glimpse of some Indian spices as well, which we've all been enjoying in the time we've been here already.
There's a dhobiwala. And we have the Tippenwalas. Now, these are amazing guys, especially in Mumbai. They carry millions of cartons of food, lunches, to office goers across the financial hub, which is Mumbai. Of course, the chaiwala, the man who brings you tea.
On my last trip to Delhi, I came home with caramel tea. It was an acquired taste, I have to say. It seemed a good idea at the time. You can get almost any flavour tea you want here.
There we have the dabbawalas again. And they're all coming together into a bazaar or a market, which again, very, very common across this country.
One circuit of the arena completed. The train is already left, and all of the various elements with it. But we got a real sense there of some of the very important and familiar features of Indian life. A visit to Delhi or any of the other great cities or towns will bring these very images to life as they have today. And a real sense, think you hear, of this ceremony building now to its climax. We've had the formal opening of the games, we've had the speeches, we've had all the declarations of intent and all the clapping on the back. That's all happened, and a sense here that building up to the end of this celebration of Indian life as the sport itself kicks off tomorrow.
The opening of these games, the official opening in which the athletes can really get down to business and win some medals. And I think India is looking forward to winning many, many medals.
Looking at this great scene here and all the colour and the great statement of Indian culture in all its forms, you do make the automatic comparison with Beijing 2 years ago, which was on a grander scale, I have to say, and maybe a little more technically detailed, but you really have to salute the ambition here, which is every bit as ambitious as that show in Beijing 2 years ago.
And I think many of these artists and performers are common men. They're literally from poorer families who are really enjoying the moment.
It was an important day yesterday. The people celebrating the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the Indian nation. It was a national holiday across the country. The promoter of self-reliance, of course, and independence from British rule. And here we have a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes, here we have this well-known sand artist, Sudarshan Patnaik, and some of his colleagues who are going to basically draw the life of the Mahatma in sand. In the middle there, we can see an image of Mahatma Gandhi.
And the images which are being drawn in the sand on a slab of glass, just on the floor of the arena, they're being projected then very effectively onto the balloon itself, so that everyone in this stadium can see this progression of images, because it's not static. They are telling a story and they renew the images, and it's done in a very fluid and very clever way.
Tingu, I've never seen anything like this before. Is this a particular? Is it just in India we see sand painting, or I must admit it's not something I've been aware of.
I must be honest, I haven't seen it here in India either. And this is Sudarshan Patnaik, who's a globally renowned sand artist who's won many awards abroad. Those sand sculptures are very popular on the beaches of India. Here we have Mahatma Gandhi leading the Swadeshi movement.
And now, let us celebrate with the vibrancy and color of folk culture from across India.
So now we're seeing dancers from across the country again coming together to celebrate what represents India. The very many, the cultures across the country, the diversity, the different dance forms, the different costumes, the different, it's just amazing. This country is amazing in every sense. Now we have peacocks as well. Peacock, of course, is the national bird of India. And you see many of them around. You'll see many of them in Delhi even. There's the Bhangra dancers, of course. Many of our viewers will be familiar with them.